is up, you guys? It is something new I'm trying. It's me, Captain Cringe. I'm here with something new that I want to try, and I'm calling it Late Night History, where as you can see, it is 12:04 a.m., and I'm going to play a game I found, and everybody has a terrible, terrible French accent, and it makes me angry, but I still like it, because it is a funny game. Let's just make it windowed. So, I was thinking about French, and then World War I is my favorite subject. Shut up. But I don't want to talk about that immediately. So, I'm going to be talking to you about the Maginot Line. Now, the Maginot Line was during World War I. It wasn't in World War I, pardon me. But basically, during World War I, the French got their butts handed to them because they didn't have any defenses in the cities. They were all deploying their troops overseas and over countries and stuff. And so then all of a sudden Germans were like, knock knock, did somebody just order some diplomacy? And started beating them with sticks and stuff. With sticks with little metal beads in them. And I don't know why they're so bad. I mean, jeez. Anyways, so after World War I, France was like, okay, guys. We gotta come up with something. We gotta come up with some kind of fortification that can help stop these germs from invading us again. We don't want to get sickies from all the germies. And so basically, this guy was like, well, why don't we just build like a giant... He was like, I'm going to build a great big wall. And everybody was like, yeah, good job. Who should we name it after? Let's name it after the French Minister of War, André Maginot. He was a pretty cool guy. And so basically, what it was a line of concrete fortifications, obstacles, and weapons, and weapon installations built by the France during the 1930s to deter invasion by Germany and force them to move around the fortifications. So basically, they were like, you just activated my trap card if they came near. And everybody was like, this is the best plan. Why did we not think of this before? And everybody was like, yeah. And basically, its borders were... Here, let me just... Nope, you guys don't need to see that. Okay, the borders were... Maginot Line. Let's go do this real quick. So basically, its border was... Whoop! Its border was right along here. Belgium, Germany, Switzerland, Italy. A little bit of Italy. Not too much, though. Alright. And so, basically, the line didn't extend to the English Channel due to French strategy that envisioned a move into Belgium to counter a German assault. And, basically, France was like, hey, you guys remember that, remember that war that just happened, like, 10 years ago? It's called, like, World War I think? I don't know. And so, basically at this thing called the Locarno Conference, this guy was like, hey guys, why don't we just build a wall, man? And then we'll make Germany pay for it. No, I'm just kidding. But he did say, let's build a wall, and he even came up with his own, like, optimistic catchphrase. It's called the Locarno Spirit. It's, you know, everybody was at the Locarno Conference. Freaking heck, man. This game's hard. Especially when you're playing it at, like, 12:09. And so everybody was like, oh my god, this is so smart. Why didn't we think of this? This will stop Germany For sure, yeah. Yeah, Hans. Hans can't get Zaluga because Hans is too busy being shut up. Why am I talking in a German accent for a French guy? Anyways, and basically the logic behind it was don't judge me. I love France, but it's kind of dumb on their part. France was like, dude, well, if they start attacking us, the defenses will at least give us enough time to, it'll deter Germany, and then we can just deploy troops. Everybody was like, yeah, this is pretty legit. And it was actually a pretty damn good fort, too. It was impervious to most forms of attacks, including aerial bombings and tank fire. And basically, what it was is here it is. So like here, it would be low profile, and then it would just pop up. It would raise up, and then just hi, and then it would just be there. And anyways, it was pretty good against aerial bombings. Like the entire thing was underground. Like even though you see that just that one turret, there was an entire network of tunnels, and it was actually pretty like high tech for its time too. It had state of the art living conditions for garrison troops, including but not limited to air conditioning. Yes, air conditioning from World War II. Eating areas, like nice eating areas too, not like benches and a ground with a rat or something. Whoosh, psh. Hold on, I gotta concentrate real quick. And so, yeah. And so instead of attacking directly, because Germany is actually, you gotta give them credit for their blitzkrieg tactics. They have a lot of good tactics. Sacre bleu. And one of them being that if the enemy has a lot of defenses, well, let's Great Wall of China that poop. And they basically just went around the whole thing. They attacked the Low Countries. By Low Countries, I mean like, I don't know how to describe it. They're not low on map. I mean like low, like when I say low, I mean fortification wise. So that included, and so they bypassed the French in the north. They're basically, France was like, hey, we got this. Wait, you got? And he's like, feet, and walked around it. And then France was like, oh man. But they didn't know it. And so basically, but the French and British officers had anticipated for this. When Germany invaded the Netherlands and Belgium, with Stalin and crap, they carried out plans to form an aggressive front that cuts out Belgium and connected to the Maginot Line. So basically, they were just hammering them over on that side because they didn't leave them alone. He was like, go away, and then Germany was like, no. And then I was like, I'm getting really, like, oh my god, I'm tired all of a sudden. This is a long video. Alright, I gotta finish this up. And so basically, the Maginot Line was very weak in the Ardennes forest. Not the Argonne, you freaking Battlefield 1 nerds. The Ardennes. And so, basically, but France was like, yeah, we know it's weak. And what's wrong? No, so, basically, France is, I don't know how to say it. Who's Aaron Ward? Piss off. Basically, France was like, well, no, you see, they're not gonna attack us there because the rocks are too high. And then France officials were like, yes. And then just threw money at them and was like, have fun, dude. And so France was like, happy, and started using all that money. And then Germany was like, hold up, B. Hold up, what is this over here? Walked over to it and was like, you are dummy. I hate you. And France was like, stop it. And then Germany pretty much just ate their butts through their butt. Pretty bad. So yeah, I think that's gonna conclude this episode. Oh, but before we leave, because of the major defeat, because of the the breach at Maginot, it forced because now Germany could flank them. So it forced Allied forces to retreat to Dunkirk. You know that really slow movie that I hate because it's dumb? You know, kid gets knocked out and gets a medal and gets written about in his newspaper. Like, honestly, I would get knocked out. That's all I had to do. Just kidding, I've already been in it. But I wasn't even really in it. I was just kind of in a photo. Oh, you guys like that? Oh, no, wait, there's a bottle of lotion over here as well. If I can just forgot. And so now the term Maginot Line has been coined to anything that has a false sense of security. And because of the rapid advance of the Germans through the Maginot Line, yeah, France will forever be known as those guys with the white flags. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I think next episode I'm going to delve into World War I, and I'm going to explain Italy's involvement in World War I. Because a lot of people say, why was Italy part of the Axis in the Second War if they were in the Allied in the First World War? And, oh my god, I was 2 seconds away from getting into that. That's for another episode, guys. Where I will try to play Battlefield 1 or some really bad game, some shitty game like Bullet Force or something. I don't know. Alright, well, thank you guys. If you guys like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you didn't, still leave a subscribe. You will see better content in the future, I promise. I now have a laptop. And, yeah, peace out.